It says go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Twisted Koi live on Monday evening because we didn't have one Saturday because we had this this Muppet and some other guests around Saturday evening because it was Susan's 50th birthday yesterday. So that is why we're here live tonight. Just as why not? Because we can. And I'd like to say welcome in to Steve. How are we doing, Steve? No, Steve's gone deaf. No, Steve's got his mic muted. Oh, what could go wrong, huh? Right. Anyway, great.
Evening.
I've lost control of Steve. He's gone.
Can you hear
So
me?
what?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, mate.
Yeah.
So how are things with you this week, pond wise?
I've had a entertaining couple of days, but I think I'm getting somewhere with it now. So it's been tough. The
Is,
fifth,
is, this, is this your
sorry.
chaggy?
Yeah, it's this Benny guy keeps chewing on the side, but somebody's advised me not to put ozone gel on because it's got vegetable oils in or something. So
Right.
it's attracting that Benny guy to the ozone gel. So what they've advised me to do is get some methylene blue because it'll keep away from that.
Yeah. Has he
So
tried the? I say he. Have you tried the all adhesive powder?
yes, that was one of the first things I used.
Yeah.
Some days it looked fine, and then the next day when that Benny guy's had a go at it, it looks really sore. But touch wood, today it has picked up. So and that Matsukobaki that I got out on Friday and
Yeah.
put some ozone gel on. That sealed up a treat. That has. It's surprising how quickly that sealed up. So
And yeah, the Benny guy left that one alone.
the Benny Good left that one alone. Yeah, just picked on the
Well,
jag.
I did speak to the lesser spotted one about this, and he did say that it is in an inherent thing in carp, and they're basically eating the dead skin,
Yeah,
but at the same time, in doing that, it's not letting the skin grow back like it's supposed to. Hence, why it just gets worse and worse and worse. So,
yeah,
in one way, it's just nature taking course because that's what they do. But in the other way, it doesn't help the situation, especially with an 80 plus centimetre fish, does it?
no, no, and separating. It's not possible for me to be honest.
No.
I did contemplate putting the fry net in because I've got that big cockney koi fry net. I was going to put that
Yeah.
in and put the Benny guy in there, but I don't want to. I don't want to upset the pond. To be fair, I want to try and stop it happening another way. And if methylene blue's the way to go, then I'll try methylene blue.
hmm
It's all trial and error, isn't it?
Just make sure you're wearing gloves because you don't want to get that shit on your hands.
No, no. I did get
Honestly,
some. I managed to fix them up.
it's hard stuff to find nowadays.
Well, you say that. I got another one as well. NT Labs do it.
All right.
This was from the Hollybush. This was because it's only down the road from me. But
Yeah.
this is NT Labs one. This one is. Yeah.
Nice. And Susan, no, they're not cannibals. It's carp are omnivorous, and if they can eat it, they will.
Yeah. But
It's
then,
yeah,
but then I've got the issue with my media in this filter as well, where it was all bunching up. And to
yeah,
be fair, I think I'm on top of that now. It's really boiling. I took another 20 litres out, and it's boiling lovely now. To be fair, reduced the flow a little bit more, and
yeah.
it seems to be doing well. So we'll see.
It's with a gravity fed drum combo unit, it is a lot of tweaking to find its sweet
Sweet
spot,
spot.
isn't it?
Yeah,
You know, and I can relate to that to a degree because I'm not. I've been playing around with the speeds on my pumps over the last few days,
yeah,
and yeah, I've slowed the pumps down a little, and the difference in the pond is night and day.
yeah.
Not
I've got I've got somebody that says you need to get more water into your filter, but it's okay getting more water into your filter, but you've got to get that water out of your filter. So you're having to speed the pumps up to get it out of your filter, otherwise your filter's going to overflow. So I don't know.
see, I'm lucky on that sense because my bio and my drum are two completely
Yeah,
separate things, and,
best
and, and
best way. Yeah, in my
that's
opinion.
yeah, and that is, I mean, it's nothing's gone wrong with it because it's being pump fed and it's gravity returning.
Yeah,
So, and I know that bio chamber underneath the shower will take both of my pumps on full speed. So that's 30,000 litres an hour.
yeah.
The two 3 inch pipes are taking. So, or
See,
can take.
I haven't got that option on this because I haven't got an outlet on the drum side to bypass. So it all
Mhm.
has to go through the media to get out.
Yeah,
Um, and if it's well, that's what crashed my filter in the first place, putting too much flow through it. It wasn't getting the dwell time.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but on the Nexus, it took me a while to get the sweet spot on that. But once I got it, it was bang on. And it's a
Hmm.
bit like this, really. I just need to get that sweet spot. And
Yeah.
I think I've turned the corner with it.
Well, I was running the bottom drain at, I think it was about 75%. And I've actually turned that down now to 60%. And that's with a 20,000 Veriflow.
Yeah,
And the change in the water is night. Changing the fish is night and day as well.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
oh, looks like Dave's on a road trip tomorrow with Tony from Farm Koi off to visit Matt. While I'm on the subject, our our Daryl from Koi Heaven is having a Koi community meetup on the 28th of September, 11 till 3. Oh, wrong one. That one. Can you see that? I did put a community post up about it, but if you're not able, oh look, that looks spooky, doesn't it? If you're not able to make the All England Koi Show on the Sunday and you live up north, well, there is your chance to get together with fellow koi enthusiasts and a dealer that has some absolutely awesome fish. And I'm not just saying that because I've got some of these fish swimming around the pond. They are amazing. And if my bank balance could afford that big Ginrin Sorghum that he's got in the back fish house, he knows it would be swimming around in my pond because it is stunning. And I don't think he takes Klarna.
That one little Nick picked up, that was quite nice, wasn't it?
Yeah. But you know the one I'm talking about, don't you, Craig?
Yeah, because Dawn wants it.
It's fucking lovely. It
Yeah,
really is. And I got to admit, the one thing that I do miss in my pond is my big Ginwin Sorghum,
yeah.
you know. So, but yeah, Susan's been a lucky move with fish so far this last week or so. Say no more. But yeah, oh, mate, just everything's sort of like settled down now. And I'm going to start moving some fish. I just think it's just settled down, and now I'm going to start sorting through the tanks and filtering out some of the smaller stuff and some of the bigger stuff because a couple of the Beckos in the long block tank have put on some size, and I think it's time for them to go across to the old Toastside tank.
Yeah.
Our Steve, I say Steve was around the weekend, and I took him in there, turned the air off, and he's like, "Nice. There's only a few in there." Oh, mate, there's more than a few in there. But
Yeah, it's
when
okay growing them, but where are you going to put them after when they're growing?
I know, but
And that was my
I
issue with my grow on. You
had,
get
I
attached to
do. Humbercoy is asking, "What are your pumps set at now, Craig?"
them. One is set at 15, and the other one's set at 8, and they're 20,000 litres.
Are they EA ones? Are they?
They are, yeah. So one's set at 15, and the other one's set at 8. The one at 15 is running over my backy shower, and the one at 8 is going through my returns.
Fuck me, that's slow.
Yeah. That's 2,200 gallon on. But that's
Mate,
that's just under once an hour, isn't it? Don't forget, I've got a long run as well. I wanted it just under once an hour.
yeah, but that's still low for a shower, don't you think?
It's turning over pretty well. The flow through the shower. It's not smashing, obviously, but it's a lot faster than some I've seen.
I must be smashing water over mine then.
Yeah. Well, if I speed them up anymore, all that media bunches up, and I don't get my dwell time in my media.
And that was what I was going to come to next. Was what Simon's just said. Keep an eye on the drains at those speeds, Craig.
Yeah, I did. I purged them on Friday. I did purge it on Friday, and to be fair, there wasn't much muck come out of there. I got quite a few teeth.
Oh, mate, I've started to get a nice little collection of teeth since I got a drum running. It's mental, and I've got some really big ones as well. So
yeah, they ain't yours, are they?
no. I wish, I wish. But everyone comes around. I'm like, yeah, tip them in their hand, and I'm like, what are they?
Yeah.
I've had all sorts of answers.
Yeah, I will keep an eye on it, Simon. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's become a little obsession now because I purge my bottom drain every day, and I do that to stop the shit collecting in the corner on the right hand side.
Yeah.
And yeah, after a couple of purges, and that corner sort of empties and goes down the waste chute, I can then see them in the bottom, and I fish around with them. And, yeah, I pulled out 4 teeth the other day, and a fish that was about this big.
What, in the drain?
In the drum. I put them back in and all. Steve will tell you, he saw him. But yeah, you remember a couple of months back when we were first doing the fry, and I brought back lots of fry that would usually end up in the hedge. Well, I think one of them has been living to a point in the bottom drain, and then has come up and is now living in the dirty side of my drum. I give him a couple of little pellets of 2 mil sinking food every day, so I'm not missing him out. But yeah, he's about this big, and he swims around quite happily in the waste side, dirty side of my drum. It's fucking brilliant. Craig's frozen.
No, I muted it because the drum was going off. I just muted it because of the drum. Marcus is saying about the flow rates there, look.
Yeah, Steve, you're muted.
See on the
Marcus,
first,
flow rate
the one's
has
running at
range.
40 watts and the other one's running at 32 watts. Aaron,
Yeah. I don't know what
but yeah, I haven't got a
mine's.
separate purge line. See, what I have to do is drop my filter, and then I purge into my drum.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, and then I'll top it back up again, so I get a good water change at the same time.
See, what I do is I shut my slide valve and then I give my screen a bloody good cleaning with the manual button, which also drains the dirty side a lot quicker. And then I flush it into the drum, and then I do a complete cycle for about 30 or 40 seconds, and then rinse and repeat 2 or 3 times.
Can you hear me now, Vince? All right.
That's better.
Yeah. It's old
Yeah,
man syndrome.
yeah, I have 2 pumps, two 20,000 litre E8 pumps. The
Rob's
one's
saying,
running the returns and the other one's running the shower. But you have to be careful on the returns because it's running through my heater. So if it flows too slow, the heater won't run, and if it flows too fast, the heater won't run.
what's the maximum speed that your air source will take then?
I'm not sure, but there's a couple of people who have had problems where they've turned the flow up, and the air source heat pump wouldn't run. It threw an error up. They had to use the bypass.
Mm.
Yeah, that makes sense. But hang on, Robson here. A dead spot is only a dead spot if that piece of media never moves. I bet you if you mark a piece of media with a marker, it won't be there in 5 minutes.
Good shout,
From
yeah.
Rob Foxy. What size air pump have you got running in there, bro?
150 Fujimac.
So it should be. Is that running through air bars or air
Pipe.
curtain, air pipe?
No, just the pipe straight into the Fujimac's right at the back of the filter, and then the pipe's probably 1.5 meters into the drum.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's 2 air stones in the media section and 2 air stones in the jack matting section. But the jack matting I've turned right down. I'm only having that simmering. Majority of the air is coming into the NX13. Whereas I took another 20 litres out, and it's bubbling a lot better now.
My question is why the air in the jack matting?
It's the way the filter's built. They come pre-fitted with 2 air stones underneath the jack matting.
Can you turn those air stones off?
Yeah, I could turn them off, but I was advised not to.
By the people who built the filter.
Yeah, they're there for a purpose.
Yeah, I could understand that if the filter is running on a horizontal flow or something like that, but on a static jack mat, unless it was in a bloody great big vortex, I wouldn't even think about putting air in it. I'd just cartridge it and let the water go through it.
Mm.
Yeah, you never know what to do for the right thing, do you? But it comes pre-built with it, so it's got to be there for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I did put extra air stones in the media part, in where the LX13 is, and to be honest, it never made a blind bit of difference because it was just bunching up against that side where it's sucking the water through. So I took them back out.
So when the water goes to your pump from the end of the drum, is there not some kind of baffle there that stops that clumping?
It's all sections off. So you've got your drum with a grilled polypropylene sheet. Then you've got your LX13, and then you've got another partition with slotted polypropylene or whatever it's called, and then you've got your jack matting.
Right, I'm just trying to get a picture up.
I don't know how to pick the camera around on here to show you.
The bottom bar, you have a microphone, a camera. Oh, Jesus Christ, wouldn't start.
Oh yeah, I can see.
You found it?
Yeah. See how this works then. Here we go. 1 second, just going to put you down. Sorry for the camera.
No, that's all right, bro. Oh, look, Steve, you've got one of them posters. Look. Where'd you get that from?
So here you go, look. So there you've got my drum side, obviously. Then you've got the bio side. It's got... Sorry about the camera, guys.
No, you
So
crack on.
You've got grills there, look.
Yeah.
And you've also got grills the other side.
Yeah.
Both sides. And then you've got your jack mat in there with a grill through there. And that goes all the way down, that grill does.
Yeah. Now, see, if it was me personally, I wouldn't have the air on if I had the jack mat cartridge like that. Personally, that's just me.
Well, why wouldn't you have it on, Vince? What reason?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, the main reason is if you've got a jack mat cartridge in the end of your filtration like that, you're going to be using it as a polisher.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you're aerating the water, then any fines that are coming through from the K1 chamber aren't being caught properly by the jack mat because it's being blown out of it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, and like Aaron's just said, personally, I'd take if I wanted the air going in there, I'd take the jack mat out and chuck in some more Helix.
Yeah, I did contemplate that, but jack matting's been around for many, many years, and it's got to be good stuff.
It is, but in the right place, isn't it?
Yeah. To be honest, when I did first put the filter in, I didn't have air in that jack matting, but then I did. I turned it back on. I was advised to turn it back on by the manufacturers, by the distributors.
Yeah. So if I was going to be a real stickler and all right, I'm going to keep the jack matting in, I'd swap it round with the K1 and have the K1 on the end and the jack mat in the middle.
Yeah. You never know what to do for the right thing, do you?
No.
And sort of, this is why every time I say it, every pond is different.
Yeah.
And not only is every pond different, every pond keeper is different and do things in different ways. So what might work for me could turn his pond into fucking pea soup.
I think that's something that I've learned, Vince, is that there's no hard, fast rules about this stuff.
No.
It's a minefield of different ideas and methods and equipment. So it is mind blowing stuff, really. for
Because
novices like me, anyway, it's my.
I was just about to say, because you are fairly new to the game, aren't you, Steve?
Well, I've had my pond for 9 years, but it's only in the last 18 months that I've actually realised what I've got. So, you know, so yeah.
Mate, it's a cracking pond. I just think we need to get that filtration nailed in, and it'll be sweet.
Yeah, if I can replace the multi bay with something a bit, I don't know, a bit better. And it's not to say that the multi bay isn't doing its job. It is, and you can
It
see
is
when you
doing.
look at it, it's doing its job. That's for sure. But it's a maintenance. It's heavy maintenance, really heavy maintenance.
Because you're using a an old cloverleaf multibank at the moment, aren't you? Pump
Yeah,
fed.
yeah, yeah. Which was here when I bought the house, so it's I inherited it really, and it's what's run that pond for those 9 years. So, but now after seeing so many other bits of equipment that are out there and available, that you know, it's time to think about that.
And for those of you out there that were at the National Koi Show this year, this is Perky's bodyguard.
One of them.
One of Perky's bodyguards.
I'd have been stood right behind the other one.
So yeah, novice koi keeper, and learning a lot to go with it as well. So what to date, like you say, over the last 18 months, what is the biggest thing that you've learned when it comes to
the biggest thing I've learned is that it's
an expensive hobby.
well, there is that. But what I've found is really we are water keepers rather than fish keepers. If you look after the water, the fish will look after themselves.
yeah,
So making sure that the quality of the water and the filtration system, I think that for me has been one of the biggest learning experiences, because if you get that wrong, then your fish are going to suffer and they're not going to progress in the way that you want them to. If you get it
yeah,
right and you test your water, and I've picked up microscopes and test kits and all sorts of stuff in the last 18 months, and they're absolutely critical. Never had them before. So and now the water quality, you've seen it, Vince, the clarity
yeah,
in there is absolutely fantastic. I had a nitrite problem this year after a liner change, because effectively I went straight back to new pond syndrome because it killed all the bacteria in the filter. But now I've got on top of that at last, and it's really starting to pay off.
it is looking nice, but
Yeah.
I tell you, I will do. We did a live at our Steve's place in his back garden, and I'll go over in the daylight and do a proper video, because the front of this pond is screaming. Put a window in me.
It's another subjective topic, isn't it? Because I mean, I know Craig wouldn't do it again.
No,
Yeah,
Yeah, so although I love seeing the fish swim past the window, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure I'd want it on that pond yet.
yeah. You sit here absolutely fucking mesmerised.
I do. You're right, I do, and I'd end up sitting out there probably 23 hours of the day.
Yeah,
I've got the window, but I sit on the end of the pond to watch the fish.
Yeah.
I don't sit in front of the window. I sit on the end of the pond to watch the fish.
Yeah.
Anytime I look through the window is when I want to see how the treatment's doing on it.
Well, I think
the wounds are
that's the
healing.
thing. That there's an advantage with it in terms of fish health, because you can get early indication of whether there's anything on the
yes.
fish that you can't see from the top. So I really get that, and I think that is a massive advantage to having one. But Vince, I've just had that wall built. I can't knock it down.
I know. I told you, it would just take a couple of disc cutters.
Oh man!
It's the same on bottom drains as well. People say you have to have 2 bottom drains. Why?
Mate,
unless your pond's 6 meters long, why do you need 2 bottom drains?
Yeah.
And the fallacy that your bottom has to be sloped down to the middle as well.
Yeah.
you know, that you can't have a flat bottom pond because none of the stuff will go down the bottom drain. Oh, I wish I had that thing that gas pops up bullshit alert thingy, because that is absolute fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Yep, see, they agree. But covering your pond. I know there's people out there that are already talking about covering their pond. Are you putting a cover over yours this year, Craig?
Yeah, I've still got the covers, so when it gets cold, I will put them over. I am heated, as you know, so the heater will stop on, but I'll drop the heater down to 12. But last year I was tempted, well, I started to box it in, but I'm not going to go down that route. I'm just going to leave them flat on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I originally did. And keep the heater at 12 degrees.
I see. I'm at a slight disadvantage if I put the air source heat pump on my main pond, unless I put some kind of thermostat in between. My air source heat pump only goes down to 15 degrees.
Yeah.
So I'd be stuck with that temperature as a minimum, unless there was some way of plugging it into a Inkbird or something like that and set the temperature slightly lower on that, and then kick the air source heat pump in. You've got to be aware.
One of them STC 10,000s. I wonder if they'll do it.
Yes, something like that. You know what I mean? Just so that I can get it down that little bit lower. I mean, I've blocked one side in with tarpaulin, and I will block the front in as well. But I think that will be it for this year.
I bet that's keeping a steady temperature, though, isn't it? Like Aid the toy keepers, he's all boxed in, and he keeps a good steady temperature. To be fair, because it's all boxed in.
Mate, at the moment, my temperature in my pond is still sitting just slightly under 19 degrees.
Yeah, good.
And that's unheated. With the long block door open at the moment, because I'm trying to cool things down in the long block tank, so that around midweek I can scoop the net and thin them out. So yeah,
it's definitely helping that, isn't it? I mean, mine's down at about 16 at the moment, and there's nothing covering that at all. And in fact, it's impossible to cover that pond. So I'm going to have to live with it. It's unheated, and there's not a lot I can do about it. So,
but you could put a cover on it and then stop that swing so much. It won't stop. It won't stop the drop in temperature in your water, but it will help stop the swings. Can you see what I mean? What with rain, wind, just having perspex on top of the woodwork.
Yeah, I'd ideally like to put a pergola over it or something like that.
Yeah,
and then you could put sides on that in the winter, and and try and protect it a bit more.
Gaz, he's saying the temperature's dropping quickly now. I never knew it went up in your area, Gaz.
He's in one of them parts of the country they don't get suntan, they go rusty.
Yeah. Yeah, Foxy's saying about the flow through one bottom drain. 14,500 litres per hour through one bottom drain. Well, I don't need any more than that.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, well, I'll drop. He keeps trying to join, but something's not right.
Yeah.
Let me get back to the comments. Who is it? 12.5. Oh my word. You actually raised the temperature of your pond by topping it up from the tap. That's mental. Did you use the hot tap?
Yeah. Use the mixer tap.
Pound for it, Steve. Main pond is now at 15.5 degrees unheated. Covers will go on when it hits 12 degrees. That seems to be the number everyone sort of strives for, really, isn't it? Is a consistent 12 degrees over the winter.
Yeah, I was thinking between 10 and 12, really.
What,
I'm at 21 at the minute.
just so I understand it, what is the purpose of keeping the temperature at, say, 12 degrees?
Stability.
For the fish?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. At 12 degrees, you can still give them a little bit of low protein food, like your wheat germ or something of that equivalent, and it will still be able to get something out of it.
Yeah.
But it's the up and down fluctuations. If you can stop them, it makes things better for them, because it's them drastic fluctuations in temperature, and sometimes not just in temperature but in pH change. Like Gaz has just said, it's been raining up there for days. You know, you have 2 or 3 days on the bounce where it just pisses down. The amount of people out there that have problems because the pH has dropped or something else has crashed. It's, you
Yeah.
know, it's things like that that people don't take into account.
Well, see,
But
my pond will, in the really cold temperatures, it'll ice over.
yeah,
Yeah.
as long as you can keep an air gap going.
Yeah. Well, the waterfall kind of does that anyway.
So have you ever had the waterfall freeze up completely?
No, never. Never. It's had
See,
icicles hanging off it.
some people that's got open ponds use them balls, don't they? They fill the top of the
Yes.
ponds with them balls.
Yeah.
Yes. Raphael, crazy for coin goldfish, he uses those balls,
Yeah.
and he also has a clear plastic drop down cover that goes across the front as well. But yeah, I know quite a few people that have got those balls. They're kind of oblong in shape.
Yeah.
They are weird. They are weird, but it somehow helps with the temperature fluctuations. So if
Yeah.
you weren't, say, heated with an air source heat pump and you weren't enclosed, you could put them on, and it wouldn't cost you. It would still cost you quite a bit to keep things fucking heated, but it wouldn't. In theory, it shouldn't cost you as much because you're not losing as much because of the balls over the top. I think that's the way it comes across.
There's a good point as well. If you're at a certain temperature, you can still use treatments if need be.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of that have got like a minimum temperature for usage, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Most temperature uses are sort of like 10 or 8 degrees, but I personally I stopped using any treatments under the temperature of 12 degrees because it's absolutely pointless 9 times out of 10.
I must admit, I'm a bit more nervous about the cold weather this year, having put some, specimen fish in the pond now, and I really don't, because they've obviously been living in luxury where they've come from. So
Yes, because you had a couple nice ones from Ken at Koi Walk Collection, didn't you?
that's right, yeah. So I am a bit nervous about those fish. But I
Stick
don't
them
know
in
what.
the bath.
Sorry.
Stick them in the bath.
Yeah. You got to be careful what you suggest on here, It's like,
Especially if the missus is listening.
Well, he's got the perfect grow-on facility, and it's called his summer house.
Yeah.
And all he's got to do is get rid of that racing simulator.
That was mine.
Mate, oh, out of
Yeah.
this world, but that's a different story. But yeah,
Yeah.
Gaz is saying
It's
it's going to be
ideal, isn't it? I mean,
bad.
I was, seriously talking about that as to whether to put like, build an indoor pond in there for the winter. So
You know it makes sense.
I do know it makes sense. Yeah.
I know how much you drool when you walk into my long block. You're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
I know. So maybe.
See,
You
I
know,
found I neglected my main pond a lot when I had the grow on. I was concentrating more on the grow on than I was the main pond.
Right.
Since the grow on's gone now, it's all concentration's all back on the main pond. Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, I can
that's
see
what I
myself
found.
getting
That's me,
distracted.
just me personally. That is.
I spend my day looking at them and messing around with the little ones, and then when you sit down in the evening, sat in front of the pond, hot the coke, smoke, just absolutely perfect, mate. Honestly.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I still used to look at them and stuff, but I concentrate. I spent more time on the grow on than I did the main pond.
Yeah, I get it.
Isn't
It'd be the same.
it? You know, when you've got that sort of view every night.
Looks like it's indoors now, Vince.
Yeah, it's because I've got that. It's a reinforced tarpaulin,
Yeah.
clear one.
Oh,
So,
that's what Dave used, wasn't it? Eating boy last winter.
and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to get another one of them, and I'm going to put that across the front here because I've got the window, the roof, that roof bit up there will be finished, and my wood burner will be plumbed in.
Oh,
No.
we lost you, Vince.
He's gone.
Tucked us up, Steve.
Yeah.
I took the wrong, but I tell you, don't get me started. We've been looking forward to my flue bits at work so we can get the wood burner up and running.
Oh no.
They finally arrived this evening, and I've seen round a fucking hula hoops. I mean, some of the bends like
Oh.
yeah, they're going to get a naughty message on eBay because I'm not happy.
Is that damaged in delivery or?
Mate, it can't have been damaged in delivery. They must have, honestly, they must have sent it out like it.
Right. Try not to laugh now.
How can you not?
Mate, look at that.
Oh my!
Jesus
I
Christ.
mean, what the fuck?
That's been sat on, mate, or that's had something thrown on it. And what was it in?
A single cardboard box with a single wrapper bubble wrap.
It's no good, is it?
No, can you see that? But yeah, and that's both sides.
Blimey. Well, it's not even the same both sides, is it?
In fact, I think I'm going to end up having to replace this one completely because it's squashed all the way around.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Mate. Yeah, I was not happy, and it arrived about 20 minutes before we went on air.
Disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, is that for a log burner in your seating
Yes.
area? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Be nice that though for the winter, yeah.
See, what we're going to do is log burners there at the moment, but we're going to turn that so it's a diagonal.
Yeah.
And then the flue will go up and out. And then we should be absolutely cushy.
Yeah, that'll be really warm, mate.
So yeah, that's the plan. Just bend it back. it's one of these bends that have got crinkles in them. You've got a join all the way up there. Look. I'm going to have to take photographs anyway. So,
What's it made out of, Vince?
Metal.
Well, it sounded like it was plastic then for a minute. I was thinking that ain't going to work.
No, it is tin of some kind.
Okay.
But can you see what I mean?
That. Can you see that?
How am I supposed to seal that?
You can't.
You know what I mean?
Not unless you got a welder.
No, it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, that's no good. It's no good, is it? Dear me. Did they sell it as a flue?
Huh?
Did they sell it as a flue?
For wood burning stove.
Okay. I obviously don't know enough about wood burning stoves to figure out why it's got a split all the way down it.
You know what it is? It's because it's gone in one of them machines that crimps it all in place in one, and where someone's either fucking sat on it or whatever, it's just popped all that and just gone.
Yeah.
So
Are you showing at the junior things?
Not this year.
No.
Not this year.
You're coming up though, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are coming up, aren't we? Yes, we are coming up to that one. Might even drag Bodyguard with us as well.
When's that? This weekend, is it?
No, the 4th of October.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
In Kidderminster.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of weeks before Creature Fest.
Okay. Yeah.
It was good last year. Really good last year. So it was Soy's first show last year. It was his first time showing. Yeah.
And he done well.
He was nervous.
Mind you, you say that quite a few YouTubers over the last 2 years have done really well at the shows.
Yeah.
In the last 2 years, especially with it being their first time as well, which is good to see.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
But yeah, next year's nationals are one for me. Really looking forward to that because the fish are really starting to put on some body now. And
I do like the national.
Yeah.
As long as you've got the weather. If you ain't got the weather, then it's no fun. But if you've got the weather, touch wood, the last 2 years, they've had
last
the weather.
2 years have been really good as far as the weather is concerned.
Yeah.
The year or two before that,
it would ruin the whole show, wouldn't it? If it's because there's nowhere to get out of the rain, really. I mean, all right, you got the little stalls all the way around the edge, but that's no good for people to take cover.
No.
Mate, we had that one year, didn't we, Craig?
Yeah.
You can imagine the amount of people that were there on the Saturday, all trying to huddle into vendors' tents and stuff because it was lashing it down.
Yeah, and then they'll just disappear as well, won't they? They'll slowly all just disappear. So would they ever think about moving it indoor somewhere? Because it's a big enough show to have in an exhibition centre somewhere, isn't it?
I would have thought so, but again,
it's the expense, isn't it?
That's what I was going to say. It all boils down to the old green stuff again.
I'm sure if you went to NEC or something like that, you'd get stitched up, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know, I'd hate to know how much it costs just to rent that place that held the match and all that. I don't know how much, but I know it's expensive for the Great British where they have that. But I don't think. Yeah, there is that as well, Gaz. But I don't think you will get the same atmosphere from the national if it was held at the same place where the Great British is.
That's the tricky one, isn't it? If you have a similar show in the same location. people aren't going to go to both, are they?
No.
Susan Show now says, Steve-O, you're holding your camera with your feet? Question mark.
Not my feet, Susan.
Steady on, steady on.
Steady on now. We've not hit 9 o'clock yet.
It's not that sort of channel. You're on the wrong one. That's
Hey.
Oh dear.
I'll do it after. Cheers. And Tom, yeah, put a comment on my video to give you a call. I've sent you about 3 or 4 messages that you haven't responded to. And Lorraine's saying, I will. You will what?
Hit the like.
What?
Hit the like button.
Hit the like button. Yeah, it would be nice if people hit the like button. Gives me that warm, fuzzy feeling inside, you know. So, do you have any plans or any specific fish you would like to go into your pond, Steve-O?
I haven't got any plans to put any in. I think I've probably done what I want to do this year. But there's still some more fish varieties that I'd like to experiment with. Such
Yeah.
as a saggy. I haven't got a saggy. I haven't got a kiyutsuri. So they're two that I'm very keen on. If you can find the right, you know, fish with the decent patterns on them. So I keep an eye out for those two. But ideally, I'd like to grow them.
So you do need that growing on.
Yeah, I do. That's what I'd really like to do, because I've done the buy them because someone else has done the hard work, you know. But I'd like to do it now and experience that.
Yeah.
I think that's the next step for me. The next stage in my koi keeping is to actually grow a fish right from the start.
Mate, I will tell you now, it becomes addictive.
I'm sure. Yeah,
It does.
I'm already feeling it.
Oh, come on, Craig. You can't deny it. When you've got that fish and you've got the water just right and it's putting on a centimetre a week, and 100%. You're like,
wow,
I did that. You know, I did that.
Yeah. Look, Crafty Koi's on the case now. Look, he's teasing me with something.
Got a banger in my auction, right?
I find
Which one? Kiyutsuri or an Asagi, Crafty?
Kiyutsuris I find difficult because a lot I've seen, they tend to get Benny coming through.
Yeah.
Whether it's just the quality of the Kiyutsuris I've been looking at, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've got one in the pond now. It had got no. It was nice, and now it's got patches of Benny starting to break through.
Oh.
Yeah, you've got to find the right one.
Yeah.
You have got to find the right one, because a lot of the times they tend to go orange.
Yeah.
And you'll find a lot of the ones that go orange have come from a shower spawning, believe it or not.
You don't seem to see many big ones, do you, Kiyutsuri?
No. I mean, my cargo Kiyutsuri that I've got, that's coming on 8 years old, and it's only about 55 plus. So, you know, it's not going to be a massive fish, but it has kept its yellow.
Yeah.
Which is why I've got another 2 in the pond at the moment so far. Touch wood. I'll keep in their yellow as well, and I'm hoping that one of them will be a female.
There you go, Steve. There's one for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though all 3 came from the same brooder at very different times. So,
yeah.
Yes, Rick has produced some amazing Asagis this year. Amazing Asagis this year. And if you are lucky enough to get one of the tickets for the Sunday event, at New Forest on the 19th of October. And you will be in for a surprise because there are some mentally amazing fish being put aside for the event this year. Both the Saturday, which is the Quidgeon Fest, and the Sunday, which is going to be Rick's ticketed event as well. So you've got to watch this space. We have shown a few on camera that are going to be available, and then what he's going to do, because the shop is open 7 days a week, but what he's going to do after that weekend, I think, I don't know if he's going to do it for a week or it's 2 weeks, but for at least a week after the weekend, the fish that were available on the weekend, forget this right, will be available during that week afterwards. After that, I think they go away to be grown on. So everyone then gets a chance.
Yeah, yeah. Is everyone confirmed for the Saturday, Vince? Got the score?
Yes,
Yeah.
every name that got pulled, all 15 names got pulled, have all got in touch with me and all have confirmed they will be there on the 18th. So sadly, there will be no name redraw for this year's Quidgeon Fest. Luke, are you doing an umbral raffle and you picking order?
Yeah. Did Rick say that for the Sunday?
There is going to be some kind of raffle and system as well, Luke.
Yeah.
You want me to show you where he's showing you the Aragoki one? Most of them are, I think, they're here at Twisted Towers.
You're gonna have to get a bigger bowl.
Mate, honestly, some of them bowler doomfish are coming on really fucking well. As you will see later on this week when we empty the longboat tank and I have a sort through.
Yeah.
And they're ranging from this size to this size. Yeah, they're going to go back as a mixture of sizes as well because there's too many in there that are too nice not to keep in the heat.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I want the little ones to progress as well as the bigger ones that are in there, I am going to have to seriously thin the numbers down.
Daryl's in the house.
So again,
Daryl's in the house.
Daryl's in the house. Vincent down that way working in 2 weeks' time. I will call across and meet you. Yeah, that's sweet. That's a date, Daryl. That is a date. Shit, yeah. So, as a newbie, is there any questions you've got that need answering that have been bugging you about koi keeping, koi appreciation? I know Crafty's in the
No, in this one.
balls drop because she's hit 50. You didn't fucking look again.
You have a good day yesterday.
You recovered. You recovered.
She don't drink, mate.
I mean, from all the riffraff coming.
Mate,
It was awesome. It was awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you had a good day, yeah?
I did, thank you. I got spoiled for the first time ever. It's unbelievable.
you're the first time ever, you cheek.
He always behaves like this when I'm speaking the truth.
Listen, Crafty's happy to come on, Vince.
Crafty's happy to come on for 10 minutes. Crafty's always happy to come on for 10 minutes. There should be a link in the comments somewhere if you want to jump on, boy. Oh. And no, Lorraine, I am not having a swimming football come across my glass window. honestly, every time I look at them fish, all I see is Shrek sticking a straw up a frog's arse and going,
I think the link was very early on, Crafty, at the beginning of the year. Like,
oh,
so you're not a fan of Tamasaba then, Vince? Which do you hate words more, Tamasaba or butterfly? Long
oh, I
fin.
don't know. They run quite neck and neck, really.
See if we can find a link somewhere.
Everyone to their own, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
Everyone's
definitely.
Yeah.
And I've seen the ones that Ricky Stoddard have got, and they're so big they can't even fit in your fucking hand.
Yeah.
But you know, they just don't float my boat.
No.
What's your feeling on butterfly then, Craig?
I'm not keen on them. They
You're
look
not-
like they've been caught in a grill somewhere and shredded the tails. To me,
I do. Yeah.
no, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, many years ago when I had a pond, I had all sorts in there: shabunkins, long tails, or.
Yeah, we all know you love a bumpkin.
But no, I'm not a fan.
We've just got 9 o'clock, so I'm safe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. We've got one butterfly that we've had for about 9 years in the pond. We got it straight away when we first moved here, and that's been in there ever since.
Yeah.
But there's all sorts of other fish in there as well. And really, I need to have a bit of a clear out of what we've got. There's some common carp in there, and there are a few goldfish in there, and there's a few tench in there and stuff like
Yeah, we'll soon have them out, boyo.
Yeah, that really they need to make way for something a lot better. So
Yeah. Evening.
Good evening, everyone.
good evening.
How you
Umba.
doing? Oh, mate, I'm glad my missus ain't watching something bad. But can you imagine? And see it in the
Hi.
reflection in the window. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, do good.
Good.
What
Yeah,
can we
not
do
bad.
for you this evening?
So
You
again,
have the floor for fact.
mate, that's good. Manager's got him from work.
I think we've upset Susan now.
Why?
She's got butterfly caught in her pond. she clearly loves them.
Absolutely. You know,
They're wonderful.
Oh no, don't
You know-
upset Susan.
No.
You know something? They're one of the
Sorry,
best sellers.
Susan.
They're one of the easiest koi to sell.
Yeah. Do you think that's easy to sell to sort of people that are not?
Fanatics, correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look really good, little, but there's no real quality in any of the butterfly koi. Very very few. And as they get bigger, that's when you start to see some of the imperfections that start to grow through.
Right.
And their fins grow at the same pace as what their bodies do. So they look great when they're little, but then when they start to get Nisai, Yongzai, their fins look like twiglets, man. They're horrible. That's why they can never be judged, really.
Yeah.
But they're great. They're great for people's ponds that are not fanatics, and they add a little bit of something, right?
They do have a plate, yeah. They do have a plate.
Yeah.
You get a nice like a platinum ogon with a real good long fin. As they get bigger, they're less susceptible to issues like with skin quality and stuff. So, and if their fins are really, really sort of flaily, when they get big, they look different. Like, I wouldn't say amazing, but in a pond with a window, they look amazing. They really do.
Yeah.
Vince would love them. He's got a window in his pond now.
It's not convenient.
They
Fucking
go.
But you can't get no more
flamingos.
fish in your pond, Vince.
Say again, mate.
They go with the pink flamingos.
Oh, pink flamingo. I ain't got a pink flamingo.
Oh, haven't you? Do you need one?
No, thank you. I did have one in the filter house, but it burnt out. I just left it on permanently. It didn't take long to burn out.
I remember seeing that on one of their videos. Yeah.
That's cool. What's
So-
this? What's this site called? Restream.
What?
The site Restream was quite cool, huh?
Yeah. Aaron actually put me in touch with it, and I found it easier and cheaper than StreamYard.
I ain't worried about that. I'll let the old boss sort out their bills.
But actual ease of use, I can actually control this better than I could on StreamYard.
Can you bring up comments and stuff?
I can, yes.
I just wondered, mate. I've seen. I can't recall what. Oh, there you go. That's cool. So, is it Steve-O in the top right corner?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve-O.
Steve-O, nice to meet you, mate.
And you?
I've got an absolute banging a saggy, mate, on my auction tomorrow, mate. You
I
need
knew
to
that
have a
was
look at
coming.
it. Have a look at the live, because actually the video that Harry done for it is not the best. It's a good video, but it doesn't show the side profile, and it's amazing.
Okay.
But
So
one
it don't matter, he
for the
ain't got a
future.
window.
It
I'll
don't matter,
check it
mate.
out.
You still want a good saggy, don't you? Either way,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah, but he ain't got windows, so side profile don't matter.
It
Yeah.
does matter. When they flash, you can see them.
Yes. Right, yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you have that one.
Oh.
Aaron says, here's the pitch.
There's no pitch. No pitch. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
And that's only
You know.
because you don't wear your glasses and you can't read it half the time, Vince. You could be right there, Gaz.
So,
Yeah,
how many
so
fish
I'm
have you
doing
got?
the YouTube fest thing. What you're doing, Vince? So I'm
Yep.
coming down for the weekend for that, mate. So looking forward
Yep.
to that. You know, hopefully Rob recovers some of his best fish.
Susan said, oh, for fuck's sake, you ain't gonna put up with him, have we?
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, you know, I know I'm Marmite, but I'm good on toast.
That's
That's
a
all
bit
I can
hard,
say,
isn't it?
Oh, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
Used to it, mate.
How many fish have you got up tomorrow, Crafty?
I think I've done about 30, but we won't get through all of them, I don't imagine.
Okay, how many?
Well, the thing is, mate, I've laid off the auctions. If people haven't noticed, I've come off the auctions a little bit this year because we've got the competitions page running now, and
Yep.
that was taking up a huge amount of time on top of running everything else down at the shop and with shows going on and bits and bobs. So there's only a few of us, so you can't spread yourself too thinly because it gets too much. So yeah, I took a step back from the auction scene. Not only that, but I weren't getting the traction that I was expecting. And I found it a little bit frustrating. So,
Yeah.
but now we've sort of like got a lot of all the other stuff sorted out. It's like let's get back on that now and start growing people back into that. I've got Lee Hadfield joining tomorrow night as well, so it'll be a good bit of fun and frolic. So since I lost Gazby partner in crime on the auctions, it's nothing worse than sitting there talking to a screen on your own all night. You know, it's
Well,
like,
yeah, there is that.
And you're
So,
kicking off at 7, yeah?
well, I hope so, mate. You know, all being good, you know, sometimes it don't work properly, does it? You know, so you know, all if all's going well and good, then
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll tune in.
Yeah, do mate. It's a good show. Even if you know, there's no pressure for anyone to buy. A lot of people on the auctions on YouTube. If you watch the right ones, you'll learn. You'll learn about fish as well because we talk about development, breeders out in Japan experiences and stuff like that. And a lot of people actually get, you know, a lot from that. So, but I've also getting little Harry involved tomorrow as well, Vince. So,
Oh, sweet.
no doubt Lee would give him a hard time, which will be
Yeah,
worth a few
without a
fixing
shadow
girls,
of a
wouldn't it?
doubt.
Lee's going to rip him, isn't he?
Oh, he will.
Oh,
He
yeah,
will.
definitely.
We managed it.
That'll be more entertaining than Anthony doing an auction.
Yeah, it will though, mate. You know, for me, it's boring.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Is Crafty eating something that isn't fucking McDonald's?
Hey, I've got a cottage pie, mate. I do,
Fuck
mate.
me.
I only eat at Mackey's when it's a Thursday night live, mate. Because when I come back from work, it's literally sit down, right, straight on that. It's like, how many hours do I do a week, Cal? 70, 75? You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to eat as a move. You don't get a figure like this through not eating salads, mate. You know
Can't
what I
do
mean?
enough for a good boss.
It's either that or you got the wrong stuff and you're having to do everything fucking self all the time. Isn't it? It's one of the two.
Well, yeah, there is that too. Why have a dog and bike shop?
Sometimes. But we've got. Are you doing the Southeast Koi show at the end of September? All England.
I'm not sure.
Come on, man. I'm going to be there. I've got a trade stand now.
I was there last year.
So was I.
Susan said was just thinking the same bits.
Oh, right, about me Mackie D's.
Are you doing
I don't know why I
Birmingham this
bother
year,
coming on.
Captain?
You fucking lot. I tell you, all you do is give me shit. It's great.
Are you
I'm
doing
not, mate.
Birmingham,
No,
Captain? No.
no, I'm not, mate. It's yeah. Let's just say it's full.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's I helped to get it over the line last year. With being the main sponsor. That weren't to everyone's liking, which is understandable, but they needed a bit of help. And this year, I think we've seen, well, from what I understand, Mike, cracking guy, Mike, that runs that show,
Yeah.
he sold out of his vats really quickly. So, you know, the coverage that we done last year between all the tubers that went up there and a bit of the promo that I was doing for him as well, I think it really took off. So I'm hoping this year it goes as well as it did last, if not better. I know there's going to be, I know some of the exhibitors that are going, and I know some of the koi are fantastic. And what's really good about that show is it's 65 cm for the GC. So, you know, absolutely anyone has got the opportunity to win that. You know, because most of us can do 65 cm in our ponds, like, you know. That's what I like about that show. And it's our last one in the season. So, you know.
No, isn't the junior one the last one of the season?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was talking about, the junior show. When
Yeah.
Scrabs said, "Are you doing the one in Birmingham?" It was a June. No, if Scrabs asked if I was doing the one in Birmingham, which is the
Oh,
junior
right.
show. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I confused it by calling it the Birmingham show, the junior one.
Yeah, they took some advice on board. I said that I think it lost a bit of traction because it was called the Junior Koi Show. I said it needs to have the end of season put on it, so people understand that it's not for young people. No,
Yeah.
I think there was a little bit of a. I don't know. That's just my own personal view. I think that there's potential there for there to be a bit of confusion. So
Definitely.
There is. Susan has literally just said, when I said to her about the young koi show, she instantly thought young people.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what happened last year. And yeah, it's a cracking little venue in a greenhouse. And like I say, for me, Mike, the guy that's took that on and drove that. You know, not only is a really nice guy to deal with, right, but you know, he set himself quite a high bar to fulfill again this year. So I'm hoping that it goes really, really well. Oh, mate, he's quality bloke. Yeah, real top boy.
Yeah. It's nice to see him back on YouTube again.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Is he
definitely
doing more on
rebuilding.
YouTube, is he?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
back on YouTube.
Okay.
KB Koi.
What's it called?
KB Koi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's literally just gone from 2 words to 2 letters.
Mm. Well, that'll do him well. He had a cracking Momotaro fish off me. I'd like to see what that's doing. But how's your little Gimringoski? Have you killed it yet?
Oh,
You?
yeah, I lost that a couple of months ago.
I knew you would. Did you? It's
I
what it
was
is, isn't
fucking
it?
lucky.
Was it growing well?
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice little fish that was.
I know. Gutted.
What went wrong, Vince?
I honestly don't know, mate.
Just belly up.
Yeah, one of them. Just
Yeah.
nothing else in the tank, but that one just. Bleh.
Yeah.
Come on then. What are your views on the digital course show that Joe done the other week?
I don't know much about it. Well, because I didn't look at it because I've been so busy trying to sort things out with Rick for YouTuber Fest and whatnot. I
But yeah,
was
that's understandable.
going to enter it by the time I thought about taking any photos. It had already been gone and the judging had been. So no, I can't actually give you an opinion on that one, then, Crafty.
Fair enough.
Not
Did you watch it, Scrags?
I watched some of it, but I've got a few issues going on, so I couldn't watch it all, but I did watch some of it. I was dropping in and out. Yeah, it's a good. It's good for those who can't attend shows and stuff, isn't it? Yeah, it is what it is. It's what it's meant to be. And I mean, it'll be good to see. That was the first year, wasn't it? So next year it's going to be even better still, isn't it?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I might have a bit of a discussion point on it. It's always controversial, and you know,
Yeah,
no doubt I'll put me foot in my mouth and all that crap.
mate,
But
I've been there, done that.
I don't know. I
And
think you know, debate's great, isn't it? You know, if we didn't
yeah,
have debate, the world would be boring, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, for me, I'd like to see some changes on that because not all of the fish that was entered was shown, and it's not really a koi show if you don't see the fish.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
like
you may have
next year,
seen.
perhaps they'll improve on it. And obviously,
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. That's where my, you know, I always get ridiculed for having an opinion because it don't always agree with everyone else's. I'm quite constructive criticism, you know, but at the same time, you know, everyone's allowed an opinion. Don't have to meet up with everyone else's opinion. But if you can take constructive criticism as it's meant to,
yeah,
there's potential for it to get better. And for me, it's like if you go to a koi show, you want to see the koi, right? You don't just want to see the top 2 or 3 that have been picked for a category for a
I'll
prize.
get that. Yeah, if people have put the effort in to get them out and bowl them and send the videos and the pictures in, then it's only
Yeah,
right that they get shown. But how long would
yeah,
that take to do them all
but
on a live?
yeah, but it doesn't have to be on a live. There can be videos prior for people to see before the judging's
Yeah,
done, and you know, there's more ways to, you know, and then do a live based on the ones that have been shortlisted. Because how do you know your fish has even been entered? You know,
do it in episodes, I suppose, wouldn't he?
no, see, people are
He's
set,
all the entries, blah, 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 and he's the shortly. As they always say, there's
but
always
then
room
if
for
people are,
improvement.
there was 230 fish. I can't remember. But 230 fish, if you got a 20-second video for each fish, stitch them together so people can at least see them, you know. You know, even if the video is hours long, it's still there, right? It's up to people to look at them.
oh,
You know,
mate,
it's
you say that, Gaz. How many of my videos are less than fucking 20 minutes? Most of mine are an hour long and people still watch them.
same with Guzzi's.
If
He's
it's
he's
something
done
that
some.
people want to actually physically see, then they will sit down and watch it, irrespective. So I can understand what you're saying there. Yeah, definitely.
You know, and that's constructive. For everything else, I think he done well on. Let's you know, let's face it. It's you know, he done a bloody good job, and I'm taking nothing away from Joe, but as an outsider looking in, I also didn't like the fact that people had been notified that they'd won to appear on the live show when there was people. I know I didn't say that the judges didn't see them all. See, and this is what happens. Right? I'm saying this is right. I fully know that. I'm not saying that you have to watch all of the judging. All right. What I'm saying is it would be nice to see what people have entered, not just the select few that have up for a prize. Right. And then the people that won the prizes, it was very clear from the comments that were made that they'd already been contacted to appear on the live show, where the people that had took the time and effort to enter the show, they didn't, no one's even seen their fish, right? You know, to me, it's like, is that a koi show?
Yeah.
It's not. It's not a koi show. It's watching Japanese breeders select the best from a short list. Although the Japanese breeders have seen them all, that's brilliant. You know, I'm not taking nothing away from who won and what Joe has done. However, for me, a koi show should be where you see koi.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if not
Definitely.
just 2 or 3 for each variety, for each category, right? You know, that's just constructive criticism.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's
And I can see where you're coming from here on that
you
one.
know, and you know, because if you go to a koi show, you go to look at the koi, right? You don't just go to look at what's won. You go to look at everything else, don't you? And look at the, you know, and although we've got a digital koi show that's been done many times before in the past, you know, we've had Chatter Koi do it. People abroad have done it many times, right? It's Joe's new thing, and we know it works. We know that it's a good thing to take part in, but I think that there needs to be a little bit more thought into the effort that people go into. And if it's going to be a show, it needs to be a show so you can see everything. And you can then
It's
come up
no
with your
easy
own
task.
opinion. Yeah.
It's no easy
Yeah.
task getting a decent picture and a decent 30-second video of a koi. Trust me,
No,
it's
well, I know
not
that.
fucking easy.
You know,
Like I
and
say, perhaps have episodes on it. So you've got one part where you, I don't know, the first 50 fish, then another episode where you got another 50 fish, and then get the short list, and then have the final judging at the end. I don't know.
yeah, that's like for me, it's like if I mean I don't know how Joe's run it, but you know, I'm being critical, but in a constructive way. I'm not poo-pooing what he's done. I think what he's done is is created a good foundation to build on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
every bit of feedback is good feedback, and that's the way it should be taken. But because it comes from me, right, there'll be people out there, oh, Crafty knows fucking everything again. All that shit that I hear all the time, right? But it's feedback based on trying to help.
Yeah,
That's all. You know, I think it'd be nice. The only thing that, you know, as much as it was a good show, it was still. What are you doing? Dog's just broke something under my table.
Yeah, right.
Although it was,
yeah,
it is mate, shit itself. Although the scheme of it was good, one thing that I think that a digital koi show lacks is community. Right? There's no event. You can't talk to people. You can't mingle. You know, it was just a little bit flat in that aspect for me. Although the
so
concept is great, it's nice for people to show that don't or won't show at a normal show, and there's a safety aspect of it, etc., etc. But for me, if we lost koi shows and we only had digital koi shows, I think we'd lose something really well, really good.
yeah,
You know,
so maybe on the lead up to the judging, maybe done the size classes as premiers, and then people could have been in the chat as it's playing. That's how premiers work,
you
as
know,
far as I'm aware.
you could introduce like a people's choice where you showcase all the fish and then have a vote, you know, and there's loads of stuff you can do with Joe's concepts. I think it's great.
I think as someone
You
who's
say that, I think there should be a people's choice at every koi show.
as
People
someone who's
flout the
new
rules, Lee.
as someone who's new to koi shows, I think it's good to see all the fish because then you can see what the winning fish are beaten and try and understand why those fish have been more, why the judges have been attracted to those fish more than some of the other ones. So if you don't see what they've won against, it's very hard to understand why they've been picked.
If I can explain why that fish has beaten that fish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm
Because
not
at the
I'm
shows,
not sure how you're gonna work it to make it enjoyable. I don't understand that. It was enjoyable, Si. It was enjoyable to watch. So, but for me, if a fish is on the telly, I'm happy, right? So I'll enjoy that. It was nice to see the breeders, bouncing between the two. It was good to see that. And understanding a little bit of Japan now, I was like, or Japanese, I was like, okay. So yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that. But it's it's a huge mountain, and if Joe does double it next year like his plans are, I hope to God that he can achieve it.
I apologise here. Gaz, you're not fucking wrong.
yeah, we better not touch on that subject.
Susan says, I don't think you guys realise how lucky you are over in the UK with koi shops and shows. And
Okay,
Gaz's response was,
move to
move to
the
the
UK then.
UK, Susan. Everyone else is.
Oh, I didn't
Which is
see that last
brilliant.
bit. Right, Suzanne, right, here you go, my darling. I know over in the States, right, that place is starting to really, really, really pick up on the amount of koi going to it. Like big time, like to a point where it's a little bit concerning for us as UK koi dealers. Right. So you
In
are a
what
little bit
aspect?
behind us. Go on, sorry, Vince.
In what aspect?
The amount of fish that are being purchased and taken to the States. There's only one Japan, and there's only a certain amount of fish in Japan that the whole world visits and want. So when we start to see um, countries start to improve and get more in, or get more hobbyists involved with actually keeping koi, etc. Right, it's starting to really take a hold on what's available. I'm not gonna. I've heard this year already. There's 200 boxes have already left Japan last week. And 200 boxes is a shitload of fish. A shitload of fish. So we're a little bit behind. We've got to really knuckle down to make sure that we can get the right stock for everybody.
So
Hard.
you're saying the cream's already on the way out the door?
But well, no, because the cream comes all the time, Craig. All right, and no innuendo meant on that. Every time a pond gets netted or harvested on Tozai or even Nisai, all right, those fish get moved and then another pond comes in. So there's always cream, but it's just whether you can be at the right place at the right time to catch that cream. Otherwise, it's not available. This year, when I was over in Japan, it was very difficult, mate. Very, very difficult.
It's
You
always
know.
going to be difficult, though, isn't it? Because you're competing with a market that's 20 times the size of the market in the UK. So you're probably going to have 20 times the number of US dealers compared to UK
No,
dealers.
no. The US is about 20 years behind the UK
Okay.
in koi. However, there's a few dealer or two major dealerships over there now that are really starting to put koi on the map, like Fitz's koi ponds, for example, because we're starting to see big celebrities get involved with koi over there. They, other people want to get involved with it, and that's how that snowball starts to really build. So the more celebrities are seen kissing fucking koi that don't even know what they're looking at, they just bought it because it's a thing, right? If people want to be part of it, and that's when you see the sales start to take off. That's a good point, Sid. Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
So, as a novice koi keeper, Steve, would you consider actually taking some of your fish to a show?
I'd have to think about it seriously, but if I had other people in the know that said you should take that fish to a show, then I probably would. Yeah.
Vince, tell him.
He's got fucking stunning gosh you got from Ken at Koi Collection.
Well, Ken said that one should be at a show.
So there you go.
I love
If
Ken,
anybody knows, Ken does.
Yeah.
Mate, if Ken's telling you to take him to a show, then
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got all the time in the world for that bloke, mate. I love him to
Yeah.
bits.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a lovely fella.
One of the best.
Yeah, really is.
Right, are you close to Ken, Steve-O, or
No, I'm a couple of hours away from him.
that's good. Whereabouts are you in the world?
I'm down in
Andover.
Hampshire, near Andover,
So, Andover.
Salisbury.
What postcode's that?
SP.
Just off the
Oh, okay,
Salisbury.
Salisbury, right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I was trying to get it in my brain. I should know where it is, being next services. So,
Yeah, just by
Yeah.
Stonehenge, really. It's down
okay,
that
I know
area.
I know exactly where it. It's just I've been all over the country. It's just trying to line it up. But yeah, okay. So you're not far from Knob Jockey, are you? Either.
No, I was around his house on
Vince.
Saturday. I assume you meant Vince.
Well, who else?
Well, that's why he spends so much fucking time here.
I
Yeah.
thought you were about me for being small and jockey.
No. Scrags, I'd never say that about you, mate.
On the
Yeah, you're
size
the
of a
most
jockey.
handsome man on YouTube.
On the size of a jockey.
Mate, was Frankie Dettori? Was he in Liverpoolian?
I don't know.
He was a jockey, wasn't he?
Well, Greg's not that short though.
You can't have many Liverpoolian jockeys anyway, because they nick the shoes, don't they?
Why I'm in, yeah.
You know what I mean? Weigh him in, yeah, we'll weigh them in. I knew it. Oh, yeah. So
Sorry
you
to
say you
anybody from
knew.
Liverpool on here.
Oh man, it's all jokes, isn't it? You say you knew Steve-O, but you've bought koi from Ken, right? How new are you into the hobby?
I've had the pond 9.5 years, effectively.
Okay.
So, but it's only in the last 18 months that I've really started to get absorbed into the hobby. So, for most of that time, it was just a pond in the garden that had some fish in it.
Yep.
But now I'm starting to really appreciate koi. So that's really starting to progress now. And I'm every day's a learning day for me at the minute. I'm like a sponge. I'm trying to absorb as much information as I can.
You won't stop. You won't stop learning, Steve-O, man.
No.
Yeah, so the koi hobby, depending where you want to be in it, depends on. Well, no, let me rephrase that. Where you want to be in the koi hobby will dictate how much knowledge you can take. You've got to work at your knowledge.
Yeah, and I don't know yet where I want to be in the koi hobby. Because when do you ever get there? I don't think, from what I can see, people don't ever get to the ultimate. Right, I'm there now. I'm gonna.
They do.
Okay.
They do. They
Right.
do. So there's a natural wheel, for a lot of people that come into the hobby I'll say entry level, right? You know, they think that buying a £50 fish is an expensive fish, right? And they look at other fish and they go, my God, you know, that they'll spend a couple of quid on the fish, but they'll get addicted to buying just what we call Jupro or C class, right? With nothing wrong with them fish, all right? But then they'll kill their fish, right? They'll then start to learn about how they've killed their fish, and they'll make them changes, right? So, you know, for example, they'll start testing the water. They'll start to understand water a little bit. Then they'll then realise that their setup isn't quite right for the pond because they start to learn about flow rates, pond pumps, pond filters. Then they learn about biological side of it that happens in the filter that they didn't even know. They just thought the sponges take shit out of the water, right? Right. And then they start to spend money on that. And because they're upgrading that, they then start to look at fish, you know, upgrade the pond. Don't like the fish anymore, right? Start to buy a few more expensive fish. But then when I say expensive, 100, 200 quid, and then they'll start to learn from them, realise that they've bought bent fish or wonky head fish or skimmies will start to appear, and then they'll start to look at why that's happened, right? And then start to expand the knowledge. And then before you know it, when you're buying all these shinies to start with, then into Deutz, then into Gosanki, right? You'll then go back to Deutz and then Gosanki, and you'll end up doing a full circle, but you'll end up in Gosanki a
No.
majority of the time. When you start to understand the qualities of koi, you'll realise how hard Gosanki are to breed and how hard they are to read, and you'll appreciate how much effort that fish goes through in order to become magnificent because they keep the body shapeless, you know. And then you look at bloodlines and
Okay,
Japan and
yes, you're
parent
gonna have to
sets. It's
send me that
mental.
buzzer. You've got to send me that buzzer because I'm sorry. Koi does not begin and end with Kahaku. Bollocks. Not
No, it,
nowadays.
it,
Not with all the new varieties that are coming out. Fuck.
mate, I'm telling you now, it finishes on Gosanki shit bust. I'm telling you now, Vince.
Yeah, if you look at the koi scene, yeah, maybe so. But you know,
I'm not saying they're the
I could
most popular
appreciate it.
fish.
I could
I'm not.
appreciate a good Gosanki, but I don't think that they're the be all and end all of the koi hobby.
No, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. They're not the be all and end all, right? Gosanki are actually the hardest koi to sell. They're the hardest koi to breed good, and they're the hardest koi to sell because the people that get into Gosanki, Vince, are so long down the line generally that they already understand koi. So they're looking for all of those extra bits. So if you don't get the right one, they're extremely difficult to sell. Where you go with single colour, or you go with Deutz fish, or you go with Goshki, for example, because they're always a fan favourite, right? There's a lot of wow factor in the what we call the oddballs, mate.
Yeah,
And for me, I love my oddballs. I love all koi, right? But when you look at the journey, the ones that when people get to a sort of pinnacle, it's the Gosanki that always top the charts, mate, with regards to getting to the end and understanding koi development. Promise you, mate. Promise you.
I can't comment on that yet, so I don't know enough.
well,
You know,
I
I don't
actually,
even like shower. I hate shower. Well, I don't hate them.
I
They're
actually
just
started my koi
not a fish
journey
for
with
me. They
June.
don't do anything for me. A majority of shower. I appreciate them, but I don't do Sankey. I know that you've got one now, actually, haven't you?
I've
I know
got
we're
one.
going over on
I've got
Sankey.
my Deutz Sankey.
Yeah, I knew you had one, but you like another other Sankey, and then you've got one in your pond, right?
Yeah,
And
but
then you'll
that
start watching that grow, and you'll fall in love with it.
I think it's a beautiful fish, but before it comes any good, it's going to need to put some more body on because at the moment it needs that extra bit of oomph. You can buy
Yeah,
console and get anchos with the red spot on their tails.
True. That's very true. Or you could buy a tancho that don't have a red spot in 2 years' time, right?
Yeah.
It's funny
Hey.
because when I bought my first koi, it was exactly that. Off to the local pet shop, bought a few koi because that's what I thought koi were. And then when I eventually saw koi, properly developed big koi, that blew my mind because I didn't even realise that that's what you could achieve with koi keeping. I didn't even, it hadn't even, I'd never seen it. So that's my eyes have been opened wide by this whole industry in such a short space of time that it's exciting.
There's one bit of advice to new koi keepers: do what you like. Don't let other people. Don't jump on. And again, don't take this wrong, Vince, when I say this, right? Or you, Scrags. Don't
No.
jump on this bandwagon with YouTube, where, oh, we must do this and we've got to do that, or, do what you like. Right? I'll say the same to the YouTubers when they're YouTubing. Do what you like as a YouTuber, right? Don't try and keep up with the Joneses.
This one,
Right,
my
because
channel's never changed much.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know that, Lee. Vince, mate, I know it. I keep saying Lee because you're fucking Lee on there, Lee Twisted one. Vince, I know that, mate.
Take
All
advice,
them,
obviously, but make your own decisions.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
me,
But
it's
be
like,
open-minded enough to take on 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 different viewpoints, and then make your own decision out of what you take out of each piece.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
heard, I heard that you said you want to do a growing pond, right? Go into the shops, my darling. Cool. I just knew you was going shopping. That's all.
Happy
I
days.
don't want anything, darling. Yeah, if you're going to do a growing on pond, all right. My advice on that would be, choose one variety that you want to learn, all right, and then buy small, all right, all the same variety, and then grow that variety, because you will learn more about that one type of variety in a oneer. And I know Vince will disagree with me, but I promise
No, I'm
you,
not disagreeing with you. I was disagreeing with
oh,
Aragoki Koi in the comments. It starts with longfin and ends with longfin.
who
Twat.
fucking don't. It starts with longfin and never seen it again. But yeah, if you do that as you're growing, right, you will see the difference in how the Benny develops, that's the red, how the black develops, the Sumi. You'll see difference in skin quality, right, when you put the two
Oh,
fish
yeah, so
together, and it's like. But if you go for lots of different varieties from different breeders, right, you're not going to learn a lot because they will all develop differently.
Mhm.
Right, and you've got no comparisons.
Yeah.
So, or do two, like, buy 10. If you put 20 fish in, buy 10, I don't know, Sankey and 10 Kahaku, just to pluck 2 out the air.
Yeah.
And then be prepared to move your fish on, make space, and do it again.
Yeah. That's one of the trickiest things that actually is moving fish on. And
Yeah.
people have given me some funny answers to that, like, do you live near a lake and this sort of stuff, right? And it's difficult because there's obviously fish that I've got that are not attractive to certainly no serious koi keepers. They wouldn't be
it
attractive
would
to.
be to a pike.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know, but it's a serious question. What do people really do with fish that they no longer want, that really aren't sellable or attractive to other people? How do you deal with that? Are there places you can take them to that would take them on for you, for example?
I'd give them
I'm
away.
going to go last on this because I'm going to have an answer that people won't understand, I think.
You can buy a fish for 100 quid. You try and sell it for 100 quid. You ain't selling it
You
for
won't.
100 quid.
No.
You
I want
struggle.
to give them away, to be honest.
But if you was to give it away, you'll get a queue of people wanting them.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I know there was a guy at the National Koi Show, a young lad going around. He was starting up his new company and taking on unwanted fish, and then he was probably selling them on to whoever and what have you, which I thought was a great idea for someone to provide that sort of service.
He was on your channel, Vince.
It was the young lad. Yeah. Oh,
Is it 5 Towns Koi?
no. Yeah, he works
Oh,
5 times.
Ronnie,
Um,
pre
Ronnie,
yeah,
pre-love,
pre-love boy. Yeah,
That's
pre-love too.
That's him. Yeah.
That's the
he
one.
advertises them for people. He charges you a £3 a month, I think it is. He'll advertise. He's sold quite a few fish for people, to be fair.
Has he?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So you
Okay.
can take pictures of that fish, send them to Ronnie. Well, put it on his website. He'll upload it. Charges you £3 a month. That's all he has. He has no commission or anything else. It's just for listing that fish and putting it out across the social media.
Right.
He's a lovely lad, Ronnie. He really,
Yeah.
really is a nice lad. But yeah, he took that upon himself, and he's selling quite a lot of fish for people.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet. I got kicked in the ass when eBay stops allowing you to sell fish on eBay.
Yeah,
And I've tried Gumtree and I've had nothing but time wasters. So yeah, just
Facebook. There's a rehoming page on Facebook, right? Because you're rehoming, you're not selling, all right? So it bypasses all of those rules, right? Now, Scrags hit the nail on the head earlier, right? If they're your first koi, Steve-O, right? If they're your first koi, you already now know that as you're moving into the hobby that you're disliking some of them, right? And this is where you have to be disciplined, right? Because you're feeding koi you don't like, right? But someone else will like those koi, right?
Yeah.
So you picked them when they was young because you liked them because you knew nothing about koi, right? Other than you're putting koi in your pond, and that's great. That everyone starts somewhere, and most people start exactly the same place as that, right? So people that don't understand koi will see koi as a valuable asset, right? But like Scrag says, you spend £100 on a koi, you ain't getting £100,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Because £100 is made up of fees at a dealership, such as shipping fees, the actual product costing, wages and overheads have to be paid, and a bit of profit has to be made, right?
Yeah.
And it's not money bags that everyone thinks it is, but it's really not, right? So as soon as you drive that car off the forecourt, you've already lost loads of money on it. It's
Of course.
exactly the same for a
Like, same
coin,
with anything, isn't it? It's no, you're never going to get your money back, right?
right? So early on, just put a picture on Facebook rehoming. Someone will want them fish because they think they're valuable, all right?
Yeah.
And if you're prepared to give them away, as long as they've got the facility to take them away safely, that's all you need to do. Take them away safely, all right? That makes space. When it comes to you spending a bit more money on your koi, all right, Lee Hadfield is a great ambassador for this. Buy small, grow, keep the ones you like, move the ones on that don't fit your bill anymore, all right? But he always sells his fish at a small cost just because he heats his ponds, he feeds Saki Akari, right? So he gets a little bit of money back, but ultimately he hasn't spent a huge amount of money on just that one fish he ends up keeping. But what he does do is gets a huge amount of knowledge out of doing that. So, you've got to be prepared to move your fish on from a back garden for next to nothing if
Yeah.
they're not, depending where you are. If you start to spend thousands on your fish, they're still going to owe you a little bit of money, even at thousands, right? Especially if you develop them. And there are people out there that will spend that sort of money second-hand koi, all right? But where you are, just be prepared to move them on. And if you're disciplined, you can really fill your pond full of some really great fish by growing on.
Yeah.
For me, that's where the koi hobby should be. Start small, grow on, learn, and enjoy.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know?
That's what I've been doing for the last fucking hell, Christ knows how many years now. And I'm still doing it.
What Phil and Claire do from Telford Koi Pond, they buy small fish, they grow them on. If there's any they want to keep, they'll put them in the main pond. If there's the fish that won't meet the standard for their main pond or they don't like, they'll just sell them off and donate to charity.
Oh wow.
So yes, they've lost, but charity's won,
Yeah.
and that's what they do, and they just send the money to a charity, which is really good, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
But remember, charity starts at home, right?
But you're still enjoying growing them fish on and watching the journey.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're still getting the enjoyment out of it. And sometimes you do end up with some really nice fish in your main pond, but you have to be careful that you don't have too many nice fish in your main pond because you'll get
No,
other
you don't,
stops.
because you build a second pond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you just do bigger filtration.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what people do, right? 'Cause, you know,
yeah.
I love this hobby. I love
Yeah.
it to a
Yeah.
really
Okay.
love it.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we've rattled on for an hour and 50 minutes.
Rattled on.
Yeah, we've rattled on. I'm old school.
So Crafty's auction tomorrow night, 7 o'clock.
That's
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
the Saggy.
Hang on, Crafty.
Before he
Hang on.
goes, come on, Craft.
Put it back up.
Oh, it's too bright, isn't it?
It's pretty bright.
Let me see if I can let me see if I can doctor it a little bit.
Stage is yours, Craft.
Nah, it's better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh well.
Well, go on YouTube, mate. You'll see a little video on there. It's about 5 minutes long.
Under Crafty
of
Koi,
all
yeah?
the crafty coin, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Have a look.
I'll have a look.
So 7 o'clock tomorrow on your channel or Lee's channel?
No, my channel, mate. My channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scrag, I've also sent you a message on Facebook.
Okay, mate. I'll have a look.
And Steve, before we go, you've
Yeah.
got to sort out this resume. Trying to fill these holes with paint is becoming a pain in the fucking ass.
It's I think it was just the pour, mate. So didn't get all the air bubbles out of it.
You're gonna have to get a pressure pot.
Yeah. 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 So
And on that note, I'd like to say a massive thank you for Steve for joining us, being a newbie to the game and to YouTube. As always, my man Craig, Scrag68. If you haven't subscribed to him, get across and do it. This man over here next to me in the corner, he deserves to subscribe every now and then. He's known as Crafty Koi. He also runs Perfectly Quacks. As always, guys and girls, don't forget on your way out, like, share, subscribe, and all that schmizzle. I've been Twisted Koi. You out there, you know you're doing it. And if I don't see you tomorrow with a video, we will see you Wednesday with one. Later, guys. Have a good